Alright, so we've got our foam cut roughly to size. We're using styrofoam because it's easy to get hands on, it's not toxic or anything. Obviously if you want to do a little bit of a more precise job and have the edges a bit cleaner, then you're probably going to want to use insulation foam, but it can be particularly hard to track down. Usually sort of insulation places will have it. I think Clark Rubber, a couple of years ago I got foam from them. I don't think you can anymore, and some model places have it as well, but it's all quite dear, especially if you want to cover a size, something sort of this size to create a diorama. So in this case we're just going to use styrofoam, which we found in council cleanup. So this is, I think, an esky lid, and these some other bits are hacked up. So it's not the prettiest thing just yet, but it's cheap and it works. So we've got our base made out of masonite. So masonite, once again, it's like the styrofoam. It's cheap. It's not the best material, but it's easy to cut. You can hack it up with a Stanley knife if you need to. But once again, if you want to do something a little bit more precise, you could use plywood if you have the tools to cut it. So we've got two pieces of masonite that we've just liquid nails together. We've given it 24 hours to set. It takes about a week to properly cure, but it's good enough for what we need to do now. So we're going to liquid nail our foam bases onto here to sort of create a surface to kind of work off. So we've got our calc gun filled with liquid nails. So let's see if it actually wants to work. There we go. So the key to things sticking with liquid nails is applying pressure. So once we've done this, we'll need to pop something on top so that it actually stays down and sets properly. As a general rule, I find you can never use too much liquid nails, so still a bit too small. Yeah, it's really important that you try and get all the edges down in contact with liquid nails if you can. Alright, so it'll start sort of setting immediately, so you want to sort of make sure it's where you want it. And then immediately kind of place some pressure on it, get it stuck. Alright, and then we'll put the rest on. So once you put it down, you've kind of got 5-10 minutes before you're really going to break the bond if you move it too much. So make sure that it's all flush with the edges and in the position you want it to be before it sets too much. So, alright, so now we'll just put the other bits in place. I think we'll use the flat edge just because it'll stick better. Now obviously because we've got different heights, it might be a little bit hard to get the pressure on, but you try your best really. liquid nails is pretty forgiving. So as I said before, it's not super pretty at this stage, but the next sort of stages will be covering this up. This is simply just a base to work off. And given that we're sort of going for a rainforest, the uneven ground will kind of help with the whole look of the thing. Alright, so that is your sort of second step. Well, once you've got your base ready, this is sort of your second step. So, after this, the next stage would be to wait for this to dry. So once again, you don't need a full cure, you just need sort of 24 hours before you're ready to move on to the next step, which will be to create some height with some additional foam pieces. Then after that, we're going to pop in the trees and build them up with some wire. And then we go to the next stage, which is putting some sand on. And after that, we've kind of finished our texture stage and we're ready to go on to the finishing touches.